Why you keep relapsing, episode 2, on how to stop beating your meat. You see, I hope you watched the first one. You haven't watched the first one, you can also watch the second one. Watch the first one, apply the valuable information. Once you pass that, then move on to episode 2. As I said, there's a 5 series on how to quit how to quit beating your meat. So now episode 2, we're gonna talk about, first and foremost, it's replace your toxic habits, your late night toxic habits. That is what you call it, watching the screen, whether you're smoking, drinking, I talk on the phone, all these things, don't do it. You see, all those bad habits that you have that don't do it, scroll on your phone, whatnot, all these bad habits, avoid at all costs. What you want to be doing is you want to practice healthy habits that's going to bring value to your life, to your mind, body, and spirit. And what is that? For my personal experience, what I like to do is doing breath work. Breath work 4-7-9. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold my breath for 7 seconds, and let it out for 9 seconds. You see that? So yeah, it's 4-7-9. I like to ground my feet into nature, ground my feet in. That's on detox of the body. That's gonna give you mental clarity, focus. What I like to do as well is to do yoga for 10 minutes. Do your full body yoga, stretch out. Get my mind, body nice and relaxed. I like to read, to open a mind, to question myself. See, I like to play chess. Not nighttime, but I like to play chess. I like to do some drawing. Those habits is going to, is gonna avoid me beating the meat, wash up dirty sides and beat my meat. It's gonna avoid it at all cost. You see that? So it's very, very important, those habits to do, and avoid what you're doing right now. The habits that bring no value to your life, not to your mind, your body, your spirits, it's a waste of time. So don't do it. Replace your habits, with the best. That's the best alternative habits to practice on a day-to-day basis, especially at nighttime. You understand? Secondly, create a no phone zone after 9 p.m. You want to stop it. At that time, you stop using your phone. You're gonna feel tempted. You're gonna feel, the craving to be on your phone. But at that time, put your phone away. Don't bother with it. Put your phone away. And and apply you have to accept it. You have to understand that it's whatever kills makes you stronger. You see? You've used your phone for the whole day. Now's the time to command your mind, body, and spirit. Hey, this time we are not doing this. This time we're just relaxing. We're gonna read. We're gonna play chess. Why don't we gonna do other things apart from touching our phone? And there's plenty of things to do apart from touching your phone. As what I just said. But if you don't do that, you have to have an alternative. If you don't got alternative, then you are going to touch your phone. You see? And you're gonna go through social media, and you obviously get triggered. You're gonna feel horny, and then you're gonna go through watching them dirty sites, and that's it. Back to square one again, relapsing, being in regrets. Why did you do it? Exactly. So that's what you need to do. Create a no phone after 9 p.m. at all costs, because your future self is on the line. Your future is on the line. Your success is on the line. You see, your self-mastery is on the line. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do. I'm only the messenger. So just don't shoot the messenger. I'm only passing the message through my knowledge, experience of life. Thirdly, avoid dopamine. Avoid any fake dopamine. That is video games, that if you want to play that, of course, it does not correlate to dopamine, but avoid because of sleeping. And of course, you don't want to spark up energy. You want to be nice and relaxed. So avoid video games. You see, avoid all the toxic habits that makes you, that gives you energy. You want to be nice and relaxed. Of course, these things, journaling and playing chess, all these things, they give you energy, but they work your brain. You see, they work your brain. They expand your brain. That's why those tasks are so important. That's why I love doing them on a day-to-day basis. So avoid those fake dopamines at all costs, and practice healthy dopamine habits. That's very, very important, man. To avoid relapsing, and then keep evolving on your self-improvement journey. If not, that will stagnate your self-improvement journey and go back to procrastination, anxiety, lack of confidence. They're not progressing in stock. And whose fault is that? You. Who created the issue? You. This is a big one. Learn to sit with your urges. You see, we all, as a man who's got high testosterone, you're gonna have like bonus, especially in the morning. Morning wood is called. You will get a morning wood in the morning, but that's only briefly. See when you're caught up in blowing seed, you'll see that, oh yeah, it's an opportunity for me to strike. But then what you do there, what happens afterwards? It's a sad day. So you just stay calm and relax. Your boner, you'll wake up and say, whoa, what's going on here? You see, a pencil stick, but it will calm down. It will cool right down. As soon as you get up, start moving, it will go down. And even taking a cold shower makes it go down even further. And boom, that's it. You're in the game. And you can carry on with your day, and be productive. So we have to, but apart from that, stay calm and relaxed. But if that don't work, then what you can do is to translate the energy by the habits I just told you. That is journaling, reading, playing chess, drawing, breath work, yoga. It's so many habits that you can do. And that when you do that, you sexually translate the energy. Sexual transmutation. Making use of the energy. Simple terms. Make the use out of the energy. That's it. You are in a winning team. That's what I find the whole day transmutate my energy. But I'm going to stand there do nothing. That's going to be issue. You see, so it's very, very important to learn to sit with it, control it. Just like a dog, control it, sit. You don't have to sit, you sit. And even better, just to spread out the energy, because when you do that, spread out the energy via your whole body, that's when you're at peace. There will be no relapse. Then you've got no issues. You're in the game. And you transfer the energy. That is what you want to do. So, so important. So let's go through this. A quick summary is replace your toxic habits with positive late night habits. 2 is create a no phone zone after 9 p.m. 3 is to avoid dopamine. Is avoid fake dopamine habits and replace them with positive habits. 4, which I forgot. The last one is a big one. Is you need to learn your lesson. You need to learn your lesson. What I mean by that? If you, for example, relapsed, you need to go back and go back to the drawing board and say, how did I relapse? How did it happen? Okay, you didn't transfer the energy enough. Your schedule wasn't full. There was a lot of gaps in your schedule. Okay, I did that. Okay, so now I need to fill the gaps in. Need to make sure to transfer that energy. That's what you gotta do. to avoid relapsing. That's when you learned your solution. That's when you learned from the situation. You learn from your relapse. But if you don't do that, you're gonna stay stuck exactly where you are. You're gonna relapsing over and over again because you're not learning your lesson. Until you learn your lesson, you can stay exactly where you are. Simple as that. Because you haven't learned a lesson. You need to learn a lesson. When I teach us a lesson, we need to learn it, apply it, so we can move forward. So when that situation does occur, we're able to go past it easily. Otherwise, we're going to stay stuck in the same position for God knows how long. You see, so learn your lesson and you'll most definitely get the blessing. So, yeah, man, that's all God say, man. Episode 2, how to stop relapsing.